Central New York is rising. As a hub of aerospace technology research, this region is attracting the businesses of tomorrow, and the economy is literally taking off. But the innovation economy is not new to Central New York. It's actually part of the DNA of the region. In 1817, New York State began a project of almost unthinkable ambition, the Erie Canal. With construction starting in Rome, it reached its very first port right here in Central New York, in Syracuse. Business boomed, and the region of Central New York prospered. Automobiles, iron, farming equipment, all left port and brought back profits from across the country. Willis Carrier invented the modern air conditioner and moved to Syracuse, where he manufactured it. General Electric had its main television manufacturing plant here. Two of the big three automakers, GM and Chrysler, had factories in the region. But the success did not last. Like so many parts of upstate, Albany let Central New York fall on hard times. Carrier, like many other companies, moved to other states, then overseas. The automakers and GE also moved away. When Governor Andrew Cuomo came to office, he saw the story of upstate and decided to change it, to capitalize on the rich culture and history in order to change the course of the future. The Cuomo administration began investing at historic rates. Today, Governor Andrew Cuomo has invested more in upstate than any other administration in the history of the state, $4.7 billion for Central New York. Our strategy to unlock the potential of Central New York consists of three key elements. First, devising a regional economic development strategy to attract business and good jobs. Second, undertaking an infrastructure strategy to rebuild the decaying transportation infrastructure and invest in the infrastructures of the future, including complete broadband coverage and high-speed access. And third, embracing statewide fiscal discipline by holding government spending below a 2% annual increase and lowering tax rates, while enacting programs to improve education, provide access to free college education for everyone, protection of our New York values of equality and opportunity for all. In 2018, the state of New York is once again building from Rome to Syracuse, breaking ground on new technology. With a powerful new partnership with NASA and New Air, the state of New York is building a 50-mile drone corridor for testing and research in one of the fastest-growing industries of tomorrow, the most technologically advanced drone corridor in the country, making this a destination region for companies investing in unmanned aircraft systems, because there is no better place. In fact, the region's reputation for innovation is so well known, it is one of 6 federally designated commercial drone test sites. Central New York already has so many of the right assets to attract and grow this industry. It has a highly skilled workforce and a rich history of innovation in the fields of cybersecurity and radar systems. A history that can be traced back to the days of General Electric and continues to this day, with such companies as Lockheed Martin, Saab Defense and Security, SRC, and Harris Corporation. With so much natural potential here, it only makes sense to invest. Already, Governor Andrew Cuomo's committed $45 million to develop the drone corridor. That includes $30 million to build it, $5 million that helped Griffin Sensors develop a one-of-a-kind drone tracking system, and $10 million in Genius New York to continue to spur innovation in the drone industry. The innovation that is bound to take place here will help unlock a $1 trillion global industry, and it will put Central New York at the heart of it. By investing in technology, Governor Andrew Cuomo is attracting world-class businesses and creating a pathway for the growth of the upstate economy, creating good-paying, quality jobs. In fact, it's already working. Unemployment is down in Central New York, dropping all the way to 6.3% in February 2018 from 9.2% in February 2011. Today, Central New York has 287,200 private sector jobs, an increase of 7,100 jobs or 2.5% since February 2011, one of the biggest periods of private sector growth in history. Syracuse has been named a top 10 city in the country for millennials to come live and work. Businesses are again investing in Central New York. Anheuser-Busch, JMA, Rapid Response Monitoring, Tessie Plastics, Welch Allen, Knowles Casanova, and Anaplate. Last year, Saab announced they will locate the North American headquarters of its Defense and Security Division in Central New York. Adding to that, Northeast Information Discovery Incorporated, Assured Information Security, and Microdrones are coming to Central New York. And to top it off, the Mets are landing in Central New York in 2019, investing in the region and keeping baseball in Syracuse for years to come. Let's go Mets! To keep the momentum going, Governor Andrew Cuomo is continuing the Regional Economic Development Plan, empowering communities to dictate their own economic futures. To date, the Central New York REDC has been awarded $615.5 million for 617 projects in the region. Plans for the region were so strong, it was one of 3 awarded $500 million in URI funding. And the same has been done with the state's downtown areas, giving downtown Oswego and Cortland the resources to capitalize on their momentum and keep building their future. But none of this happens without investments in infrastructure. The state of New York is building all across the region. The new $19 million inland port, the $32.1 million expansion of high-speed broadband internet, and the $48 million reimagining of Syracuse Hancock International Airport will make it an airport that welcomes visitors from around the world to a thriving, vibrant region of the state. Building does not just attract businesses, it also attracts tourism, a pillar of the Central New York economy. To keep it going, the state is continuing to invest. After decades of neglect, the $120 million State Fairgrounds modernization and transformation will make it a year-round destination for visitors, and we've already seen results, setting all-time records for visitors the last 2 years in a row. $20 million to give new life to the iconic Hotel Syracuse, the transformation of one of our state's sorest sites into a world-class entertainment destination, the Onondaga Lakeview Amphitheater, a $2.4 million Central New York Welcome Center, the $10 million Auburn Equal Rights Heritage Center. Central New York's attractions, beautiful parks, and waterways continue to lure record numbers of visitors. More than 13.4 million visitors to Central New York in 2016, up 16.9% since 2011. At an amazing $1.27 billion in 2016, tourism spending saw a jump of 15%. And New York is making sure to preserve those natural assets so they're able to be enjoyed for generations to come with the $2.5 billion statewide Clean Water Infrastructure Fund. By attacking harmful algal blooms in Owasco Lake, Skaneateles Lake, and Cayuga Lake. By improving Green Lake State Park, the Sandy Pond Public Fishing Access Site, Fairhaven Beach, and Fillmore Glen State Parks. And by revitalizing Onondaga Lake and acquiring land along the Salmon River. Today, Central New York's history of intrepid innovation is continuing. The industries of tomorrow are coming. Central New York is rising once again.
Excelsior is the state motto, ever upwards, always aspirational. And it is a perfect word to describe not just the state's motto, but the spirit of the people of New York. And there is nothing that we can't do when we put our mind to it, and that's what we have to remember, and that's what Excelsior says to every one of us.